the election, but the rest were blinded.
It's alright. Give me that. If the Queen sees, I can have Joffrey's children now. Help me. You flowered, my dear, no more. My mother told me, but I thought it would be different. In what way? I thought it would be less messy. Wait until you birth a child. You're a woman now. Do you have any idea what that means? I'm fit to bear children for the king. A prospect that once delighted you, bringing little princes and princesses into the world. The greatest honor for a queen. Joffrey's always been difficult. Even his birth, I labored a day and a half to bring him into this world.
Captain Tazariak sends a message on the daily edification, the daily exhortation on Apostle Gabar's channel. It says, "There's nothing emotional about any of my responses. I just don't have a perverted mind, so the Most High allows me to see things perfectly." Let me get to the one I wanted. "Rape is not in the Bible as being lawful. Neither is sleeping with underage girls." Okay, y'all are irrelevant to me. Y'all or whoever this is making a video about me, not the other way around. Commanding General Yohana exposes y'all as rapists, lovers a long time ago. I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rucha HaKwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. There's peace to the elect. I want to go on this video real quick. Just saw it raw. Saw Apostle Ramlab did a video talking about King David and the young damsel. Also, Apostle Gabar, and this Tim's back, okay, with Captain Tazariak, okay, and I just want to add, my 2 cents as well, because from the beginning I saw on his show something about Cross the Line Radio or whatever, and I went into his show and he was going into talking about and I think the one thing that I harped on was the young. A woman passing a flower does not make her a woman, okay? And in this society, it doesn't. And this is the Western culture, okay? So I'll go into it a little bit again because the brother just put this clip in, God Hates Esau. And I took that clip as well. I was looking at that. That was a clip from the Game of Thrones, okay? Okay, so let's go into it with King David. Okay, this is 1 Kings 1 and 2. It says, "Wherefore his servant said unto him, Let there be sought for my lord the king a young virgin, and let her stand before the king, and let her cherish him, and let her lie in thy bosom, that my lord thy king may get heat." Okay, so they could have got anybody to lie in his bosom to get heat, but why did they get a young virgin? Now, a lot of people think a young virgin, even in this society, a young virgin is not 18 years old, okay? Even in this society, that's just point blank. A young virgin is not 18 years old, okay? Let's go on to it. I went into the words, okay? Let's look into... But let's go to verse 3. So they sought him a fair damsel throughout all the coasts of Israel, okay, and found Abishag, a Shunammite, and brought to her the king. Okay. So let's go on back real quick. Okay. So let's go to the definitions. Okay, of a damsel, young damsel, a girl damsel, female servant, girl damsel, little girl, a young woman, marriageable. See, these are those definitions. Little girl, this more likely not a little girl. A little girl. So where do you draw the line where when a girl is little or when she's grown? In this society? So I would like to know with Captain Tazariak, what is his definition of a grown woman? What age? Okay, a young woman, marriageable, young woman, concubine, prostitute, maid, female, attendant, female service. Okay, so even though David, when you read the story, he did not have enough in him to get hot enough for this young damsel. Okay, this young virgin. He still wasn't ready. Okay. Now in today's society, and this is what I was thinking when it first came to my mind, and everybody's crying and complaining. I'm talking about the captains and all these people saying we teach pedophilia. If you walked into a grown man house today, right, and you saw a could be half naked, let me say have to be a naked young girl with a 40, 50-year-old man, okay, let me say an 80-year-old man, and you saw this young girl laying in the bed with him, would you not still consider him a pedophile? Yes or no? Would he still not be charged as a pedophile? Hell, you can look on the computers, and if you got childhood pornography on your computers, you will be charged as a pedophile. Again, I don't condone any brother or anybody giving the okay in this society to be messing with these little, young girls, okay, because they're not right. They're not even equipped to be women at this age, in this society. A 13-year-old girl is like a 5-year-old, okay? So, again, I would stress that point. But for truth's sake, okay, King David in this society would have been considered a pedophile. And everybody of that era would have been considered pedophile. But according to the Bible, was it righteous? Yes, indeed, it was righteous and according to the scriptures. Okay? Yes, indeed, it was righteous. So then when you go to the word pedophile, it says a sexual perversion, okay, in which children are preferred as a sexual object. So now you have to go back to what is a child and what is a grown woman. Just as we saw in the clip in the beginning in Game of Thrones, this was more likely a young woman. They kind of make her look a little older, but she could have been even younger. I mean, the period can come on at 14 or 15. It's when you're ready. Your body say, hey, okay, I'm ready. And secondly, I know another brother left a comment, why these young girls sneak around and mess with older men, okay? If it wasn't something natural, they wouldn't think about it. And then what happens is when these young girls, I'm talking about in today's society, catches a man and influences him, okay, sexually, okay, because really the man, the average man cannot really influence in this society young women. The young women are the ones that are trying to influence the men, believe it or not. Men already know, hey, I'm a little older, I can't mess with you. And it could be a 23-year-old man. He would know this society, I can't mess with no 14-year-old. He'll know that. But you know what the 14-year-old would do? She would entice him. Okay? So you people got it all wrong. Okay? So they know in their spirit already what it is that they want. And that's just what it is. And most women they really don't care much about age anyway. Younger women, older women, what they more so care about is security. And men was always set up for security. But of course, in this society, they took that away. Anyway, sexual perversion in which children are the preferred sexual object. A psychiatric disorder in which an adult has sexual fantasies about and or engages in sexual acts with prepubescent child. Okay. Now, why does it say prepubescent? Before puberty. Okay. This is what it says. This is what it says. So when you go into the word puberty, okay, this is what it is. It didn't take me long to look this stuff up either. It's a psychological disorder. When you're dealing with the word pedophile, it's a psychological disorder that deals with the attraction of prepubescent women. Girls. Let me say that girls because they're still girls. So, if a man fantasizes and want to have sex with a woman, and I'm going back in ancient times, okay? I'm saying in general, you shouldn't do it now because even a 15-year-old, 14-year-old, if you're a very grown man, her mind isn't right. She's not on the level of womanhood anyway as some 30-year-olds. But anyway, you wouldn't really show yourself attracted to these super young women because they couldn't give you children until they're ready, until they give puberty, okay? And sure, there was some wickedness going on where, you might have had Jakes doing that, okay? It says, the condition of being, this is puberty, the condition of being or the period, this is why they call it a period, okay? Because that's the time at the ending of your girlhood, okay? And the beginning of your cycles, which comes in periods, okay? It says a period or becoming the first capable of reproducing sexually that is brought on by the production of sex hormones. So now we have to understand that when you have a cat, and we'll even go to lions who mate several times a day, even we talking about little house cats, when they bear kittens, 6 months later, they're ready to bear more kittens. And you're going down to rodents and insects and other animals, okay? Some a little less, some a little more. But it's not long before they're cycling and ready to have sex, okay? That's the cycle of life, okay? So who put 18? Okay? So Captain Tazariak has to go into the fact that, okay, 18, who brought on this term 18? Now you have some people say, I've also heard, some people say, well, some children come on their period at 9, okay? Some children, they say children, come on their children at 9. Some kids come on their period at 9. Some young girls, daughters, whatever, come on their period at 9, and some come on at 17. Still, if you're coming on your cycle at 17, there's something wrong. And if you're coming on your cycle at 9, there's pretty much something wrong. Okay? Period. They would have known. But we say 11 or 12, but when you really think about it, it's when your body develops enough to be able to produce. There was no age factor, really. Okay? And that might sound a little hardcore. There was no real particular age factor. Okay? It's only according to the cycle of life. Like you don't have no age. Like some people, the birth term of 9 months. Some women go 9 months and maybe a couple of weeks. Some go 9 months and more. Some go 7 months. Some go later and then they go in and take the baby. You know? You can't put a particular time, okay, on certain sexual behaviors or certain functions of the body. Every body timetable is different, okay? Okay, it says sexually that is brought on by the reproduction of sex hormones and the maturing of the reproductive organs. Okay, such as the testes and ovaries. So now we're going to flip it to men. When is men ready to have sex? When are so-called boys become men? Now, when are they ready to have sex? Are they ready at 12? Are they ready 13, 14, 15? Some 9. You know, yeah, young boys, you can get an erection at a very young age. So when are they ready? This is that queen of heaven spirit. All Jake cares about, oh, my daughter, my little girl. And a lot of these Jakes got them girls, them daughters, man. Okay? And because they're not following the guidelines of the Bible, and I'll say it clear on camera. I'd rather have, if I had a daughter, which I don't, I'd rather have a daughter be taken by one man, okay, who's promised to take care of her and will treat her good, than for her to make all kind of decisions and sleep with 50, 60 men and haven't even reached 21. Oh, yeah, that's happening. Oh, yeah, in a big way. You know why? Because everything's out of order, okay? Okay, they also say secondary sex characteristics such as male facial hair, growth, and female breast development, okay? This all goes into puberty. A part of puberty is you growing hair down at the bottom, is your body's getting ready for sex, okay? For women too, okay? And in humans, the higher primates by the first occurrences of menstruation in the female. I didn't make this up. The age at which puberty occurs often is construed legally as 14 in boys and 12 in girls. Wow. Hey, do I have to say any more? You know, I just wanted to do this quick lesson, put it together, and the statistics and the Google, the information is all there. Who made all this stuff up? If you're saying that this Esau, this man, is a pure liar, and everything he do, Isaiah 29:16, he turned everything upside down, then you got to know that he's telling a lie. So by saying a child is, going into this thing about they have to be 18, I don't know what age he's saying, but he's going into the fact that 12 or 13-year-olds, according to the ancient times, was not considered a woman. And even today, they're technically still considered women. Their mind just haven't been brought up to be introduced right. Then I had somebody else have a comment that said they are basically become women at 14 and maybe 15. It's all different. It depends on their sexual organs. It depends on them. It depends on their biochemistry. But in the most sense, it hits around 12 and 13, okay? And some cases 14. But mainly those younger ages when it hits. I wouldn't be surprised at 11 years old some of them didn't have feelings or wonder what it's like. You got these young girls who hold dolls. They want babies at young ages because it's in their spirit to procreate. But this man in his system, okay, is trying to take that away, and who has taken that away, and they've opened up Planned Parenthoods. And what he needs to do, Captain or Capitano Tazariak, what he needs to do is make videos and get on a black woman about aborting all their damn babies and not going about what we talk about according to Israelites to our heritage. This man's all his moral compass is off, okay? His priorities is way out of order, okay? Because he's stuck. He's stuck in Western culture, okay? This is what these guys do. If you're going to be an Israelite, eat the whole roll. Don't be no partial Israelite, man. That's all I have on that. Shalom.